So this was literally the most entertaining part of the Game Awards. Literally this, maybe one or two more announcements. Blade was pretty cool. But this right here sparked joy. We're getting a new JetSetRadio, a new Shinobi game, a new Golden Axe, a new Streets of Rage, and even a new Crazy Taxi. Holy shit. You know what's even cooler is that, to me, JetSetRadio and Crazy Taxis are the ones that I'm mostly interested in. JetSetRadio, I played the OG on PlayStation 3. I also played it, emulated on Dreamcast. I also played the shit out of JetSetRadio Future on the Xbox, and I've been waiting for years for a new sequel. Like, sure, we got Sunset Overdrive, we got Bomb Rush, Cyberpunk, and all that stuff, and Hi-Fi Rush, which all encapsulate that kind of aesthetic going for it. And I like the new take they're going with the art style of JetSetRadio. Like, it's still cel shaded, but it looks more anime and less cartoony than the other JetSetRadio games prior to this. Which, mind you, let me say, on Twitter people are acting kind of dumb, saying that JetSetRadio isn't cel shaded anymore, which is weird because it still is. I'm not gonna go over for that. Twitter is Twitter, but yeah, JetSetRadio looks fucking dope. The only thing that's a little bit iffy on me is that the goggles on Beat look kind of saturated, but that's subject to change because all the footage we've seen of like all the games announced and more, they look like early in development. Oh yeah, and obviously the announcement is gonna be more. I'm really hoping for Skies of Arcadia. I'm hoping for a new Virtua Fighter. I mean, we need a new Virtua Fighter. Maybe they'll hit us with something random like Echo the Dolphin, I don't know. But they're bringing back their heavy hitters. Like, finally we're getting their old IPs back. They're reviving themselves now. In terms of Crazy Taxi, man, the last time I played it was when Sega Ages was a thing. I don't know if any of you remember that, but Sega Ages was a thing, and I played it on my Android phone. That was the last time I played it, but I have played it on Dreamcast, and I think I also played it on PC. I'm just saying, if you guys want to try, like, you guys should definitely play Crazy Taxi. I never played the sequel Crazy Taxi games. Like, I never played 2, I never played 3. The first one was like the only one I actually have any experience with. And god damn it, phone. And honestly, if you want to get into Crazy Taxi and feel how fun and addictive it is, you can grab the Steam version just fine. It, of course, misses a few of the charms that made the originals, good, but it's still playable, it's still fun. I recommend it heavily. In terms of Golden Axe, I only played a little bit of it, but it wasn't like a thing I played like to complete, like JetSetRadio or Crazy Taxi, Well, Crazy Taxi, you don't really complete it, it's an arcade game. But, I never beat Golden Axe, I played just a little bit of it. But it's a beat 'em up. It's a fantasy beat 'em up game, and it looks dope, especially because you can ride dinosaurs. Like, that's the one thing about Golden Axe I always remember, is that you could always ride like a dinosaur creature, and they showed it, and it's like, yeah, it's gonna be good. It looks like Streets of Rage is gonna be made by a different team, because we had a Streets of Rage not so long ago, Streets of Rage 4, and I still play it to this day. But it looks like that same team that did Streets of Rage 4 is doing the Shinobi game, which is like a 2D hack and slash game. It's also another one of those games where I keep seeing it around, but I never paid attention to it and I never played it. But I might go ahead and play it just to like get ready and see because I do like those devs, like the devs and the artists that work on these like 2D art styles. Like it looks really good. Now then, the other thing, Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi4, or as it's known now, Sparking Zero. It looks amazing. My controller is about to get busted. Now, I know that from recent pictures, when it comes to beam struggles, you're not gonna rotate the analog. Instead, you're gonna mash buttons. Like they show it. It's a little glimpse you see in the trailer. To me, that's fine. To me, that's fine because I don't want no stick drift. But to be fair, if rotating the analog stick was still a thing, I wouldn't really care. Like it's probably gonna be like regret later, but just have fun now. You know. I'm really hoping they have a large cast like they did with the last one, because the last Budokai Tenkaichi had over 120 something characters. Now then, I know that that number is kind of inflated because those characters sometimes get separate into their own transformations. But still, that's 120 something options to play with in a fighting game. That is huge. Now, I know that number is not gonna be the same for this one, but it has to be big. Part of what made Budokai Tenkaichi so good, apart from its core mechanics and how addictive and simple it is, part of it is obviously the large cast. It's an anime fighter that plays very well and it has a large cast, and it kind of needs that. Give me most of the important characters from Super, from Z, and from the OG, and maybe some GT. It's a no-brainer. This game has been apparently in development for like 5 years. Like, come on, it's a no-brainer. Give me a large cast. But I'm not gonna continue talking about that. This is all my thoughts right now. I might do a video on the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero later on, because I have a video planned for that. So yeah, I don't know. Subscribe, buy my stuff at Threadless. Follow me on the Twitter and the TikToks and shit. I don't know.